too cowardly to ever sign up for something awful, but I did love their Photoshop Fridays back in 2005.
That was so good. Oh yeah, that was classic.
I think I read through their Let's Play archives predominantly at some point.
Well, they had a lot of the best Let's Plays on the internet for like a long fucking time. Anyway, I'm live. I'm playing Not Just Set Radio.
Put it in your butt. In your butt. Put it in your butt. Butt. Boogie in your butt.
I should have known. I should have fucking known.
Be truthful.
So would you like to narrate exactly what we're seeing here?
This is Jet Set Radio 3, basically.
In your butt. Say sit on down. In your butt. Boat in your butt. Say put a moat in your butt. Put a coat in your butt.
Hey,
put everything in your butt.
I'm gonna have to fucking dip out because I can't tell if my vaccination appointment is going to happen or not. They keep sending me conflicting information, so I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
All right.
Go get maybe vaccinated.
Go get vaccinated. I hope you are healthy and wealthy and wise too. All those things.
This is brutal.
Huh? So is this the actual beginning of the game?
This is the actual beginning of the game because it's kind of cool. I like it, but also like I just love like the Dreamcast aesthetic on full display. Not only is it like the unmoving facial textures and like the extreme low polyness of it all, but it's all very much of exactly. This was made in the year 2000.
Hey! I was going to say, I'm also getting a very similar to Mega Man Legends vibe with it. Would have been the same era-ish.
Yeah, same era. I mean, like I said, it's Jet Set Radio 3. It is not trying to be anything other than Jet Set Radio 3.
Yep. Yep.
This is all we wanted.
It's all I wanted. It's all I've wanted for 20 years.
Now it's time to listen to a little of that Eddie Murphy Party All the Time.
Of course. I do love the environmental storytelling that our friend here picked our lock to get out, but just kicked his door in to get out for himself.
Environmental storytelling more often than not is stuff that is broken.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. Yo, what?
Apparently, our player character is some hotshot that, like, the other guy's like, wait, really? Damn.
Yo, what's up?
You're cool? I had no idea. So you've got a jetpack.
Yep. We all have jetpacks in the future.
My girl wants to party all the time.
Did he just punch graffiti?
Yes, he did.
Oh, nice.
He's like, hey, you see this cop's sign? Fuck that sign.
Yo, nah.
In old New York was once New Amsterdam.
Yeah, I do love that, like...
changed it in this universe.
I do love that, like, the new city, that the city it's set in is New Amsterdam.
Yo.
Glad we now have some wheels.
Yep.
Yo, what's up?
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Literally, yeah.
Oh yeah, we got grinding.
Yeah, no, we have literally everything that makes a Jet Set Radio a Jet Set Radio. Awkward platforming too, even.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that it's an unusual choice to put a character in rollerblades and then expect him to jump places.
Well, that's the thing. You can just pop them off in this game. You can just not wear them.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like I
look at
said,
that.
it makes pretty much every right choice because Jet Set Radio is a wonderful game that I truly love, but some of its design choices could absolutely be criticized. This game fixes kind of all of them.
Yeah, no, I do have to say,
Yo, nah.
Jet Set Radio was something. It obviously was a Dreamcast game.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love that about it. It's very important.
Yeah, oh, of course. And that was definitely an era. How do I put this? That was the Dreamcast as a whole was what I refer to my own personal dirt poor era, which was college-ish, end of high school, college,
Sick.
and I had at any given moment $17 that would get me through 2 weeks. So, video games were sparse. And I definitely got to playing it after it was a thing, so to speak. Dreamcast games are now $5 type of situation. And as a result of getting it with 70 other games that were $5 then, it was definitely initially one of those cases of, oh my god, everyone was talking about this is going to be great, and then it was oh, this is clunky as hell. I'll play this again later. Then later, I figured out and enjoyed it, but my initial impression was not necessarily very good.
I don't know. It clicked immediately for me, and also instilled in me a love of many other things. The music. To this day, when I see graffiti on the street, I immediately go photograph it, and I kind of have to blame Jet Set Radio for that.
Nice.
Yeah. I spent most of Europe sending you any random graffiti I could
Yeah,
find.
because I love that shit. I would say Jet Set Radio is the first example of a game where it doesn't matter how old it gets because its aesthetic is just perfect. It always looks perfect to me. They did the PC port recently that bumps up the frame rate and gives you a widescreen and shit, and it still looks perfect to me. And this game perfectly imitates that, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, so far very impressive.
Yeah. It's not a taxing game. I think the whole download is a gig and a half, which is not a lot compared to a modern game.
Yeah, to say the least.
That said, there are things that this game does that I would say were critical errors, and one of them is coming up. Not this cutscene. This cutscene rules. This motherfucker just fucking icing policemen.
Yeah, I have to say that guy is definitely a Mega Man X villain. He'd be something like Record Snowman or something.
I love this scene.
Our main character got decapitated.
You guys ever played No More Heroes 2?
Nope.
Nope.
Really? I'm the only one? Okay, well,
Yeah,
I
sounds
keep
like
meaning to.
the first boss you fight is there to take revenge on you killing his brother that Travis does not remember because you fought him not in No More Heroes 1, but in the E3 announcement trailer for No More Heroes 1. Did not make the game. But the thing about that fight is that the guy survives decapitation. His head gets cut off and then lands perfectly back on the stump. And from that, he like manages to like just sort of keep going for like a good 10 seconds just to tell you to go fuck yourself. It's wonderful. No More Heroes is a great game.
What's up, dog?
So is this a situation where decapitation doesn't count?
This is a situation where decapitation is more of like a temporary setback than anything else.
Look at all the things you'll obviously be able to grind on.
Oh yes, yes. This game knows what it's about. Also, I love the low poly birds.
They're delightfully triangular.
I love that Belle is like, you know, the stereotypical obsessed with her phone girl, but she's on like a fucking flip phone.
Era appropriate.
Era appropriate, yeah.
New head.
Yep, they just slapped a new head on him and said, "Hey, good enough."
I'm pretty sure it's an Evangelion or something.
Basically. Does this mean I died? Yeah, bro, you totally died. I love that like dudes with robot heads are just like, you know, a thing. You see it you see them all over the place.
I mean, you have to wonder about a society where decapitation happens far too often.
Yeah.
Apparently most people with cyber heads are like they were dying anyways, so they just got a cyber head to like, you know, ship a Theseus themselves basically. That's not the case
Well,
here.
We still have questions.
That's not the case here because, you know, this guy wasn't like planning on dying, so they just, you know, were like, well, okay. Just grab this off the street, whatever, it works.
Here's a head.
This game has a lot more plot than than Jet Set Radio, which is basically just listening to extremely charismatic DJ yell at you, and then doing stuff based on his vague suggestions. Kind of Hotline Miami-esque in that regard.
Yeah, now this is supremely jet grind.
Oh yeah, this is 100% Jet Grind. You know, just a quick, hey, perform this chain just to prove that you can, and then then you can do the next part.
Oh, hey!
I assume that billboard does not make piano noises as you grind across it.
No, that would be too on the nose.
I was gonna say the world is not ready for that. Now, I see you get points. How much does this impact anything?
There are point challenges.
Okay. I'm currently playing Mortal Kombat 1. And that is a game that, like, you can ignore the cosmetic options, but by the same token, every 7 seconds you're earning, like, 19 different kinds of currency. And it's like, I'm sure somebody is right now playing the one-player mode of Mortal Kombat 1, like, optimally.
How do you play a one-player mode in Mortal Kombat of all things optimally?
I have no idea, but considering you get points for doing different things, I presume there's a way to get the maximum number of points.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I like it when games have points. I got super mad when I found that the new Mario wasn't going to have points.
Yeah,
Mostly
no, I
because
wouldn't say...
that means that none of the YouTubers I follow will destroy themselves trying to keep the counter at 0.
I mean, even beyond that, I was recently playing through Super Mario World again, and it was after the either announcement or confirmation or whatever of the lack of points, and I realized just how much of that game, like, you know, bouncing off of Koopa Troopas, and, like, seeing the score counter go up, like, just tickles my brain in the right way.
Nah.
Okay, now this is what I consider the thing that Bomb Rush dropped the ball on completely, that Jet Set Radio just fucking nailed. And that is, all the story right now is being delivered by pressing the A button to get the next line of text, when all of this exposition should be being yelled at me by DJ Professor K. Just, like, absolutely losing his shit in your face. And I hate that. Like, that's such a big thing to miss. How did they miss that?
I mean, you do occasionally get a game where, you know, they understand 90% of how the game works, but they forgot one thing.
Yeah, and it's just that one thing, because everything else is perfect. And, like, I can tell you why they did it, because this story actually has a story, as opposed to just the sort of vibes that Jet Set Radio had. They probably, like, had plans to have, like, you know, DJ Cyber or something, this guy in the red, be the DJ Professor K at some point, and then decided against it because they required more dialogue. But there are moments where it could have been, you know, him just yelling at you.
Should have had more yelling. I want to find my head back.
Also, I love that the first gang you're up against are the Franks, which are literally just basketball players who are Frankenstein monsters.
Okay, yeah, I'm down with that.
I love the Frankenstein.
But, like, yeah, no, this scene should be DJ Professor K, or cultural equivalent, yelling about how these guys are the nastiest motherfuckers alive while they do their b-boy dance. But it's not.
I was about to say,
and that feels
like
like
an impressive little dance.
Yeah, and all the dances in this game are wonderful. So I figured I would just sort of, like, you know, speed run, like, the Franks area, and then then switch to my, like, completed save to just show you, like, what just like the variety of areas in the game and stuff. That was my vague plan.
I approve of this plan. I also just want to see more of them now. Not going to lie, they're now my favorite characters.
What, the Franks?
Yes.
Yeah, no, they're great.
You
can recruit one.
A bunch of dancing, skating Frankenstein? Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Frankenstein's mom.
Frankenstein's creature. Also, their boss, you'll see him in a little bit. He's named the Flesh Prince. So another improvement this game makes over its predecessor, Jet Set Radio, is the graffiti system. In Jet Set Radio 1, and I think in Future, I didn't play as much Future. Never beat Future. which I understand is blasphemous. It's on my list.
It's a difficult to play game.
Not really. Oh yeah, well nowadays yes, but I own it. I have the Xbox disc.
Oh, okay.
But the way graffiti works in those games, if I remember correctly, is you just like set the 3 that you want to have in the level, and then you just spray only those. In this game, you can spray literally any that you found. Each one just has its own like sequence of directional inputs.
There should be a website that logs how far into a video game any character says, "You think this is a game?"
Fuck, there really shouldn't there be?
It really seems like something that happens in every video game I've ever played. And sometimes they do it like as like a random NPC out of nowhere, and sometimes it's like a boss fight or something. But
I could think of like, and this is an example in a game that I've never actually played. Jet Set Race. I'm Jet Set. I got it on the brain. Fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. This is not a fucking game to me.
yeah, there you go. God, the announcement recently that like Grand Theft Auto, or was it Red Dead 2? Like it's just like the same Rockstar games are getting released constantly.
Oh wait, they're re-releasing Red Dead?
I believe so, yes. I believe that is something I heard.
I would say one of the best posts I've ever made is where I just posted The Last of Us Part 1, and then like the actual original Last of Us on the PS3, and said, the volume in this game is slightly too loud for me to talk and listen. I love having it loud, but because music is a huge part of this game, but you know, it's too loud to talk to you guys. No, I said something like, there we go. Oh, that's way too low. Bump it up just a tiny bit. There we go. That's perfect. I said something about like how The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 1 were the same game released 9 years apart. And The Link to the Past and Majora's Mask were different games released 9 years apart. And I could not tell the difference between The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 1.
Wait, Part 1 is the remake?
Yeah,
Or-
Part 1 being the remake. Also, hi, Calscope. Good to see you.
Is this Metroid?
Good day,
Is this
This is Metroid,
skateboarding
yes.
Metroid?
This is Skateboard Metroid.
Skateboard Metroid.
So this is one of the recruitable skaters. She wants me to vandalize a train while it's moving. Because this game is awesome.
I was gonna say that's a reasonable request. I do have to say, if somebody wanted that like in a trial to prove my worthiness, I think that would be appropriate. Hey, guess who I'm guessing didn't get vaccinated?
I am only lucky in the sense that I was able to get their goddamn fucking phone robot to connect me to a human long enough for them to take the 10 seconds it would take to tell me, oh yeah, we didn't actually get it, so the thing sent you a reminder text in error.
Well, that's fucking terrible.
No shame on the poor bastard who actually had to respond. Thankfully I didn't lose it at him, but
I mean, like, nobody
frustrating.
would blame you for that, but also we admire your restraints.
No, that'd be awful.
That would be bad, yeah.
But yeah, just very frustrated getting jerked around by a pharmacy.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Pharmacy is like, hey, bitch. Like, no, please don't jerk me around. Don't jerk you around like a bitch.
Wow, I can't believe I'm getting told this hard by a fucking CVS.
I'm just
Like,
imagining like CVS being like, "What's your name? Your name is bitch."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, I don't see any like fucking like appointments for a Mr. Bitch in our register here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just an appointment for Mr. Bitch.
I'm sorry, I'm just now mentally imagining a automated phone service that's like, press 3 if you know your account number, you bitch.
Like you're in there at CVS, like, oh, you want to go to Walgreens? Well, I want to shit up your ass.
That is
At
such
this
a
point,
that is such a deeply upsetting threat.
I think that happened in Requiem for a Dream.
Oh God. No one,
That
no
was a real
one,
tasteless
no one.
joke. I apologize.
No, no, you
ass,
good.
ass to ass is a American classic. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that? That skit of the of a guy cutting the Oscars in memory, like in memory of montage, and it's for the year the ass to ass guy died. So he just keeps cutting the montage, so it's more and more the ass to ass guy.
Oh, that's cursed.
Charlie, you know we sleep ass to ass.
It's getting married. That doesn't sound too gay to me.
Where's-
Slightly more lead.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. I found the YouTube link. Thank God.
Thank God.
Oh, do you beat people to recruit them? Is that how it goes?
No, these guys are the rival taggers in this area, and they want me to prove that I'm cool enough to make it. It's by doing Jet Set Radio challenges essentially.
Yeah. There's less racing in this one, but then again, racing was more just a radio feature thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciated that. Traversal does end up feeling different just because of the things that it rewards are different.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like I have more OG Jet Set Radio in my head as far as a template, but this feels a little bit more open in general.
It's very open, actually. Like, openness
Yeah,
is
much
a
larger areas.
big part of it, yeah.
Which these are more in line with the areas you'd see in future, although they're still bigger than that. I do like that if you have the phone out, there are
Oh, yeah.
you actually see him pull the phone out while he's doing
Yeah,
shit.
like, he just still have his
Oh, that's
phone
cool.
while he does stuff. In fact, I forgot to check my new graffiti.
That's like a
So let's just do that while we're on this grind. Oh,
So,
well,
Pete, are
let's
you,
keep the combo going while we're checking our notifications.
Are you a skateboard, an inline, or a bike guy?
I am a skateboard guy typically, although sort of my policy, my unofficial policy is I don't like changing people from their like defaults.
Yeah, their
thing
default is like
because
their home ability.
I feel
their
like
home
that's
thing.
I feel it's not even like that they're bad at it or anything. They don't like take a hit or anything for like not using it. It just feels
Yeah,
like
that's just-
it just feels like, well, they like doing that. I don't want to be a mean guy and not let them do what they like.
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole.
This is why when I always wonder when people talk about like, oh, humanity is naturally bad and we have to force ourselves to be good. I think about people who get worried about, disturbing digital avatars' lives by making them use the wrong means of conveyance.
Let's see.
You wouldn't want to upset his
There
life.
is no joy in being cruel for no reason.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't enjoy that.
Making a skateboarder ride a bicycle.
There we
Listen,
go.
I
That's
played
all.
Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. That made no one happy.
American Skateland though was actually really great.
American Skateland owns, but that doesn't have the BMX in it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, see, so my bad. Yeah.
So when are we streaming BMX XXX?
Never.
Oh, God, don't
God.
make me do that.
If
We
are
would hit a
decent-
land speed. Well, for one, it's banned from Twitch, but for the other, we would hit a land speed record for racism within like 2 minutes.
Oh, God,
dear.
I didn't even know it was that bad.
Oh, it's super racist. Like, I don't think many people actually really have
Very
a
few people
working
played it.
knowledge of what content is actually in that other than boobs and bicycles.
I mean, I will admit I am somebody who bought it because I was amused that it was available, but never actually played it.
Yeah, so that game, for one, as mentioned, that game's stupendously racist. Also, good job on that. That's a tough combo.
Oh, thank you. I think I've had that comment
But-
going for a while.
Yeah, yeah. But the other thing about it is that it was made by people who didn't seem to have an idea of what to do to continue innovating in the extreme sports space. So it has a multiplayer mode where one person is biking and the other person is attempting to shoot them with a gun.
That is, I mean, like, you ever hear of like something? Okay, I mean, you were talking about Near Automata. I'm not gonna try.
It doesn't matter. I've never been able to pass it.
You were talking about how you weren't a super huge fan of it, fanboy, which I find totally valid. This is not a diss.
Yeah, it's not huge on it.
And it was, but you said something like, there's this bit where like you're one of the guys is like, is it okay if we hurt these tiny little robots? And the other person's like, they're not sentient, they don't care. And the robots are literally crying and sobbing, help me, as she steps on them, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay, that is the most cringeworthy shit ever. That said, that would be a fucking hilarious Saints Row bit.
Yeah, like if they were playing it for comedy, it's like, yeah, they're not playing it for comedy.
No, I know they're not. It's just, I find so many times that like people tell me something and I'm like, okay, but that would be so fucking funny in like a comedy game.
Yeah. It could be,
Let's see. All right, we've gotten pretty much everything I want to here. Let's, oh damn, it's my buddy.
Yo,
I'm not gonna unfuck.
All right, let's see.
oh man, they get them all singing "Worthless" in the Brave Little Toaster.
Oh no! I was in the Indy 500.
It's like, oh yes,
Hey,
it's time. It's time for the portion of the children's movie where we sing about inevitable decline and death.
Not just the notion of decline and death, but also the notion of like looking back on a life full of regret.
Yep.
I watched that movie a lot as a child. I
Oh,
feel
we
this
were
explains
all
a great
young
deal
once.
about me.
I was gonna say, do you think this may have impacted you?
I love how one of the first key sequences in the movie is a nightmare sequence with a fucking mutated ass clown who has one line: "Run."
I'm a big fan of the air conditioning that gets so mad it dies.
That is how air conditioning works. I've confirmed this.
His last gasp being him just completely regretful the child could never play with him in all his life.
Yeah, like the child was too short to ever work with the air conditioning controls.
It's not
That
my
is
fault.
that is such a fucked up thing to care about.
An air conditioner. What else is it gonna want?
I don't
See,
know,
you're-
like, to keep my house cool. I would hope that like my air conditioner is content in its one duty.
It just wants to be loved.
Can you imagine if, in order to like sell appliances, companies started making like appliances confirm with you that they are happy doing their job?
I mean, we
Yeah.
are like 9/10 of the way to them doing that.
Oh god.
I'm reminded of a fucking Garfield strip I read like at 8 years old that stuck with me, and that was just like, what if our household appliances could talk? Like we walk into the room and this fridge says, "Hello, John," and Garfield just thinks every time a light bulb burns out, it will be a death in the family.
Oh god.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not.
See, this is the entire point of Nier Automata, but nobody's played it.
I think Lester's played it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't. I just don't care about Nier.
He kept hitting his loneliness letting his thoughts turn to home and we turned. It's like, yes, I once took a Texan to a wedding and he ran out on his bride. Like,
Yep. Or the fucking there's a fucking God damn it! Why is my brain not remembering the actual word for funeral car?
Oh, the hearse.
hearse.
Yeah, there's a hearse that sings about how miserable its life has been.
Like, okay, so none of you guys have seen Sausage Party, I assume.
No, thank
Never.
God.
I have.
I have
Because all of those jokes are in Sausage Party, and it's kind of fucking hilarious.
I watched Sausage Party for the same reason we were mentioning BMX Triple X. It has a lot of really weird races.
I bet.
There is.
To be fair, I'm not
indeed-
surprised that there's weird racism in Sausage Party.
It's kind of like, it's one of those cases where it's like, haha, they're commenting on it, but that doesn't mean it's not there.
They're not actually saying anything.
They're not really saying much, no. I suppose there's like an argument that they are meant that the point is, hey, it's kind of super fucked up that like we use racism to sell food.
Oh god, the last car. I worked on a reservation.
Yeah.
Oh God. I love this guy, the Flesh Prince.
Such a nightmarish name.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking school bus too. No, is he a truck? There he is, a truck.
Welcome to my court.
Leave me a bus to a old Santa Fe.
There was someone.
But no, I love Brave Little Toaster. Still do. That song just sort of fucked me up as a child.
I saw like one of the weird sequels everyone hates on TV, and it was a balloon singing about how he got high at Woodstock, and I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I was confused as to why the next logical space for the Brave Little Toaster to go to was Mars.
I'm always confused. I'm always interested to understand why Brave Little Toaster is never on Disney Plus.
There's some weird rights tie-ups with it, I think.
Yeah, because they get Brave Little Toaster to the rescue, but not the Brave Little Toaster.
Okay, the one people would actually want to watch.
So is the Brave Little Toaster streaming anywhere?
Oh, interesting. The original's distribution rights are held by Hyperion Pictures.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that certainly is a name.
Believe me, they would love me and leave me on a bus.
Brave Little
back to old
Toaster is
Santa Fe.
not available for streaming anywhere,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
according to JustWatch.com.
Let's see here. Yep. It, still in operation, Hyperion Pictures.
Amazing. Like as a technicality, I'd have to assume.
People who liked the Brave Little Toaster also liked Angels in the Outfield.
I mean,
I think we were going to say Angels in America. I'm just going to fucking die laughing.
I was also, as Brave Little Toaster songs go, I was also a very large fan of the weird song where a bunch of appliances talk about having been horribly mutilated.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, B-movie show.
I'm just thinking of here. Now I'm just fucking imagining the blanket, like saying, "This disease will be the end of many of us, but not nearly all. And the dead will be commemorated and will struggle on with the living, and we are not going away. We won't die secret deaths anymore. The world only spins forward." Oh man, no, the blanket has AIDS. You see?
Yeah, no, I understand.
You get it.
I didn't.
Remember how there was an
I wasn't gonna
entire.
question it.
Remember how there was an entire stock character you could do in cartoons until about 1995, where the joke was talked like Peter Lorre?
Oh yeah. No, the only reason it kept on to 1995 was because Animaniacs was done by America's most insane people. Just
100%.
complete lunatics.
They weren't allowed to reach their like final form until like fucking Freakazoid was allowed to have like a 5-minute number that's just a bad parody of a fucking Hello Dolly song.
Oh god, yeah, no. Like Freakazoid was allowed to do what it did because no one ever actually fucking watched Freakazoid.
I was going to
like
say,
It was
I genuinely wonder if there's something wrong with my brain, because I can tell you, when it was new, Freakazoid was my absolute favorite show.
I never
I don't
saw it even
not
once.
understand, but at the same time, like I don't remember any of the episodes where they got the most self-indulgent, and all of the self-indulgence was self-sabotaging.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah, the ones that people always talk about, like, oh, this was, how did they do that? That was so self-indulgent, are definitely not the ones that I remember being like, oh my god, this episode's on again. But like, frickin' Candlejack.
Like that was a joke that children could actually understand and enjoy.
And it's just even my dad watched the Candlejack episode with me one time. And just the moment Candlejack turns to the camera and says, "I'm gonna need more rope," is still something quoted in my family. Everyone keeps saying Candlejack. He just turns to the camera and says, "I'm gonna need more rope."
Yeah, no, Candlejack. It was the thing that always got me about Candlejack was that was one of the most like enduring and also completely innocent jokes on 4chan.
Yes.
Like the one thing that no one ever even really tried to twist.
Yeah, it would just be like, and everyone understood the gag is that Candlejack stops just long enough to hit enter, and then leaves. and I just think like, what a completely endearing and bizarre moment in Chan culture, you know.
I think the only other one that like I would say like matches that would be Catterday.
Yeah, my mom.
That's a fucking
my mom
old
would,
cut.
Catterday. My mom would go to 4chan on Catterday.
Hey,
You know, it's
Catterday.
Catterday.
Post
Just,
some
you
fucking
know,
cats.
just post some pictures of your cats. Give them silly captions. Like
The
Exactly.
depth of that on 4chan follows with the period where the site fully like denied humanity.
yeah.
Oh, no, the I think the
You know the quick kills, right?
Yeah. No, I don't know
Okay.
the quick kill. What's the quick kill?
Oh, if you hit jump right after an attack, there's a certain rhythm to it. It'll knock them into the air, and you can just spray paint them immediately, and that kills them way faster than doing the full like combo shit.
I never tried that.
Yeah, I pieced it out by accident eventually, and
Yeah.
the timing is really weird. Sorry, go ahead.
that was the end.
Yeah, that was just some gameplay advice.
No, I appreciate it. But like, I'm done
Gameplay.
fighting the cops now. Gotta fight the blind
Yeah.
cop. Who you can. Well, that's a spoiler. I'll show that in a minute. Because I'm just gonna finish the first area and then finish off the stream by just fucking around in like basically the free play ones in the post game.
Yeah.
Fuck is she? So I don't want to spoil like too much of the story. I just want to like dick around as is my wont.
Dude, you already showed us the Franks. There can't be anything better than that.
Dude, there is
Christ.
a gang that's all robot b-boys. There is a gang that is
Be right, boys.
there's a gang that's like Little Kim if she was obsessed with fucking horoscopes. They have like some good ass gangs in this game.
God, I remember in college I knew a guy who he made the mistake of someone was talking about particularly busty women, and he of his own volition volunteered, "Oh, you mean like Lil Kim?" And we proceeded to roast him for that for like the next 2 years.
I'm trying to remember Little Kim's exact figure. I'm more familiar with her music than her figure.
We would just keep coming back and was like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, I mean,
Like, you would have to have a really specific fixation on Lil Kim to have that as your first go-to thought.
Yeah, she's super hot, but like that was never the thing I noticed about her.
we were talking about something." Really big tits, and then he would be in the room. So if he was in the room, this would be pause and say, "Not like Lil Kim, but you know what I'm getting." just endlessly going through, and
my wife just got home, so I gotta go say hello to her. So I'll be right back.
All right.
This cutscene will resume in a minute.
Where's the content?
Content farm is closed.
Let's all sing our favorite Brave Little Toaster song.
It's
Worthless.
like a movie.
It's like a
It's a
movie
B-movie show.
Oh God, that's not a like a heartwarming cartoon. That's a fucking horror movie.
I mean, that ends with the fucking, like, Worthless ends with the Brave Little Toaster throwing himself to his death into a fucking, like, gear to be crushed horribly.
What?
And I remember watching it as a child, all I could think was, like, I don't see how he could have fixed that toaster. I think this is just a new toaster.
No, I'm seriously watching this, and I'm thinking like, I'm expecting to open up a fucking what's it called? Open up a fucking like essay on this. And think, oh yeah, no, the guy who made this did this after like his mother did a murder suicide with his wife. It's like he decided to make a movie out of it. It's really quite something. Oh God.
Mr. Price will give
What's
you
everyone's
advice.
favorite Garfield strip?
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
My wife is still super hot. That's your update.
My favorite Garfield strip is the one where he like goes out and discovers he's living
In an abandoned house.
Oh, that's my
Yes.
favorite too. I love that one so fucking much.
That's
I
the one
think
where
it's
Jim
probably gonna go
Davis
Bob's
lets
too.
you know that he is in on the joke too.
Yeah,
Like
no.
that's just Jim Davis.
Jim
like,
Davis fully knew what Garfield was. He didn't have illusions about what he was doing.
Yep.
But maybe now the government is hunting and trying to kill Jim Davis.
Okay,
Oh God.
I feel it's extremely important to note that there's like a group of 60-year-olds who preside over all like gang beefs in the city.
You say 6
Yeah.
or 60?
60.
60.
I would imagine if it were just 6-year-olds.
So I'm
not.
just imagining. I'm imagining like if the government decided to kill Jim Davis, but not Scott Adams, I think it would actually cause Scott Adams to like lose his mind at the notion that he was not the political dissident, but Garfield meant.
Absolutely. He would write the Twitter post so long that like it killed Twitter. Like the last service went down.
You sure?
From
Wait,
him writing this fucking post.
I feel like is the joke that like Bill Watterson?
Oh, Bill
Like-
Watterson absolutely has destroyed several SEAL Team 6 teams sent to murder him.
Oh, cool. Good for him.
No,
There
man,
is
The
Bill
zero-
joke is that
Watterson's
Scout Adams has claimed that the government is hunting and trying to kill him.
Yep.
John Adams, the Dilbert guy.
I'm
Or can he
90%
still be
certain
legally
that
called the
it's
Dilbert
a
guy? Is
case
it, like,
of him, like, basically going, why, yes, I am going to kill myself within, like, a statistically short amount of time. But I don't... But I'm doing the John McAfee thing, where I want everyone to, like, debate whether I did it forever. And by everyone, I mean 400 crypto idiots.
The thing I miss
Exactly
the most
that.
about your old Twitter account is the old John McAfee. The old John McAfee thread you did. You know, we're all going around talking about the way that John McAfee died.
Oh, yeah.
Fat posting like dead in Barcelona prison sounds like a joke McAfee death I would make up, like devoured by sharks or obliterated by junta grenade.
I dropped my combo. I should be able to
John-
keep it going the entire time. It's a shame.
John McAfee went over the edge of a giant cliff, kept running in midair for 5 seconds until he looked down.
John McAfee saw I am a hot girl, and his eyes shot out.
His head turned into a giant bomb and it
looking at-
exploded.
Yeah. This game right now is like third on my Steam wish list, but technically first because the two at the top haven't come out yet.
Oh yeah, this one's great.
Silk Song and Celico.
What's the second one?
Celico. It's the one that's being made in GZ Doom.
Oh,
That's like inspired by like Fear, but yeah.
Yo,
Honestly, hoping every indie game, or every like triple indie or whatever gets like a Final Cut style remaster that gives everything like voice acting.
We cannot escape.
Oh man, Larry David confronts Elon Musk at a wedding.
That is
Dun, dun,
amazing.
dun, 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 dun.
Confronts him?
Confronts. I'm just
have
imagining
done
like Larry
worse.
David just like getting like really super uncomfortably close to Elon Musk and saying, "Do something, motherfucker."
I would imagine it'd be like he got there by accident, but that Elon Musk for whatever reason thinks Larry David is Bernie Sanders.
Well, then Elon Musk would pull out a knife.
No, Elon Musk being confused whether he's dealing with Larry David or Bernie Sanders at any given moment. But the trick is it's neither Bernie Sanders nor Larry David. It's just a middle-aged Jewish guy.
That guy wearing that shirt that says, "I am not Larry David. I am also not Bernie Sanders."
You think
He's got like
I know,
he's got like fucking red hair.
maybe he's related to both of them because they're also both distantly related.
Many people are.
Yeah.
I'm picturing if Elon Musk ever touched Bernie Sanders, it'd be like that one scene in Time Cop where the guy touches himself.
Oh no.
Wait, that phrase came out differently.
No, what are you doing?
Time
You were
cops
talking
aren't
about.
I
time cops
didn't.
aren't allowed
I'm
to
just
jerk off, that's
imagining
what it turns
Jean-Claude
out.
Van Damme heroically cranking it on camera.
He can't. He'll explode.
I'm always saying this.
He's doing it. He's doing it to save child laborers in like Myanmar.
Yeah.
Like, I will do it for the children.
And he still calls
He's
it
just there
Burma.
punishing his hog live on camera.
I love
Blackbeard
the
season 1,
look
episode
of-
1, the national anthem.
I gotta say this. I love how this game looks, especially in these like weird dream
Yeah.
sequences. This is awesome.
This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
God,
incredible art design.
Larry David embracing a Gentile culture.
You're looking at it. My wife says it looks like someone threw up, and okay.
I mean,
yeah,
right now.
but like, you know.
I see we got an art critic.
I love it when games, especially of like this style or this vintage, just do really weird shit. Like, oh yeah, he's huge now. And like everything is emanating from his brain.
Is this spoilers? Should I be watching or?
I mean, it's
I mean,
first
this is
level
still pretty
spoilers.
early in the game.
And after this, I'm gonna jump ahead to like post game, which I guess is non-story spoilers, but definitely like area, location spoilers.
Oh, okay.
God. You know what must be the most frustrating level of famous? It has got to be the getting cast in Curb Your Enthusiasm but not as yourself level of famous.
That's just a burn.
I mean, no, it
Who are
is.
people
It is
that have done
Larry
that?
David telling you are not famous for real.
Fuck.
You're not
Oh,
famous
no.
enough for a joke about being very inside.
Yeah, yeah.
His
I
sequences
will
are great also for just being really strong platforms.
Oh yeah. Also, I love how like you can like fucking do a do like a
upside down
fucking
grinding.
grind upside down on a skateboard. Like you can sort of justify that like at the inline skates because they're magnetic, they're attached to your feet, but a skateboard, no, it just happens.
Doesn't matter. What were you
Doesn't
saying?
matter.
Ravi is working
maybe?
with you today.
Oh, I was just saying that I love that Curb Your Enthusiasm is the only show that ever allowed like John Hamm to look his age. He's not a young man. I mean, he's not an old man, but he's not a young man. He's a very handsome man, but he's 52 goddamn years old. Let him look middle-aged.
This is like when people were like talking shit about Brendan Fraser, and I'm like, the man is 53. He is allowed to look 53.
Yeah.
He no longer has to be like on a starvation diet for his roles.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, my parents are in their late 50s, but people still think, like, even when my dad had leukemia, they thought he was in his late 30s. So,
Good for him.
yeah, I should be getting those genes in a few years, hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
or a couple decades. Yeah.
Looking forward to inheriting your parents' genes.
Yeah, everyone's gonna think I'm like 20 years younger than I am. It's gonna be good. It's. I'm trying to think of how to word it. Like there's twink death, but then there's like a rebirth, kinda.
Take your word.
I got carded when I was well past 30 once, and I was like, yeah, okay, I buy that now. I no longer buy
though?
that. I no longer buy that.
Larry David teaching a young boy about Hitler, and him putting a swastika on a sham because of it. On a fucking pillow sham.
No, it wasn't that. It was what exactly happened was I was at the club. I was 28. This is pre-meeting my wife, and the girl at the bar said, "You know, you don't have to like show me your fake ID. It's cool." And I'm like, "I'm 28." She's like,
Nice.
"Oh shit, my bad." And I was like, yeah, "That's actually super flattering." She was trying to be cool, and I respect that. But like, that is not the case anymore. I am now 38, and I feel like I look 38, and I'm at peace with it.
There you go.
Best to own it.
Yep. Self-knowledge is the greatest kind of knowledge.
Can you dig it?
I love this
I
dude's
cannot.
like fucking inline skating Tachikoma. It's fucking great. This
I was
game's
about
cool.
to say, wait a minute. Got cybernetic replacement parts. This is Ghost in a Shell.
Just let radio.
A little bit of Ghost in the Shell in here, yeah. Okay, now this, in my mind, this is the #1 scene that should be being narrated from TJ Professor K instead of just like, on-screen text. Because like he would absolutely just destroy yelling like exposition about these three guys. And it just doesn't fucking happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to the game now because now I have the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme stuck in my head forever. Not helping!
The soundtrack in this game is incredible. I have never
Yeah.
watched Curb Your Enthusiasm.
It features that guy from that crypto commercial.
He apologized for that shit. And he should have.
I do respect that. Low bar to clear, but few cleared it.
I mean, like that was the crypto Super Bowl, and everybody ate shit after the crypto.
Like
Super
I
Bowl.
said, like I said, low bar to clear, few cleared.
Yeah,
Actually,
what's
apologize.
called, Jimmy Fallon did not apologize, right?
Jimmy Fallon
Jimmy Fallon
deserves to
has
be
way more
tarred
to
and feathered.
apologize for.
Like there is no limits at the tortures I would place upon Jimmy Fallon.
I'm not even sure if that's in the top 5 things he should be apologizing for.
And that's saying some shit. That is absolutely saying some shit.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm regretting not having a burrito. It's all the pharmacy's fault. It's not
It is all
actually
the pharmacy's fault.
I'm just upset.
You're allowed to be upset
You
about
need a
that.
comfort burrito.
I need a burrito to help me while away these tired hours.
All right, so that's the first chapter. One last cutscene, and then I will switch over to the other file and just
Oh, right,
do
this
post-game
game-
shit.
This game lets you upload custom, or this game lets you use custom graffiti
Oh, it does?
to just mod it. Yeah, it does. Or at least I've seen that. So let me see some of the spread pages. Damn, but episodes of Big Prince.
Because
Okay,
I've not really delved into like the options or anything. I mostly just played it.
Kelly Scrub, how was the shawarma?
It
Sorry, I
isn't
got
like-
distracted. The
Oh, it hasn't
the
reached you.
Shag author updated their new picture, and it just what are you talking about? Custom graffiti, right?
Okay. All right, that's enough of that. Let's fuck around in the post game. So, like, a lot of these mechanics are not introduced until quite late. For example, right now I've got this gal, and she's probably my favorite, like, bike rider character. But
Oh, you get almost a transportation here. Nice.
yeah, you do. But here's the dumb thing: like, you have a dedicated dance button, and at any point you find one of these dance pads, you just dance on. Everyone will come and dance with you, including the former cop. Yes, she stopped being a cop. ACAP no longer applies to her. Thank God.
Hell yeah.
Just-
She
You
looks
can
like
stop
she,
being a cop at any moment.
You can
Save
she
stop
looks
being a
like
cop. This nervous guy, Felix Bell.
Do you want to
He
see that new
feels
Woodsy Allen movie?
Yeah. Let's
I
go
love all
with-
his movies except for that nervous fella that's in all of them.
this game has reminded me you should play Hi-Fi Rush. If it goes on sale or you get Game Pass, it's a really good game.
Let's go with.
Or it's a similar style to this.
Let's stay with her for a moment. All right. There's also this is
Oh,
another dance.
yeah.
This is another dance. Dance activated aspect.
It's in general how to mod graffiti. You do need some like tools or whatever, but you can like customize it, and people have done stuff like making it just a green screen.
See, let's go. Let's
Is
go
this
fucking
the coolest
bring
way
trouble.
to implement fast travel?
Here we go.
Yep. Just super taxi.
See you later, fam.
Super Taxi is like, this is their way of pitching another game. They did Jet Set Radio, so now they gotta do Crazy Taxi. Yeah.
I mean, shit. I'd be down for it. I love Crazy Taxi.
Only if there's also Offspring and Bad Religion.
I might
That's
also,
Offspring Loud.
I might also add a Crazy Taxi-esque mini game to my game. I'm not sure about it, but like top down, we already have the like framework for it. It's just a matter of best way of context. I might make it like food truck based instead or whatever.
Okay, yeah, zero gravity bicycling does kind of hurt my brain.
I would say one of the things like makes me go, wait a fucking second in this game, is that the bike up on one wheel is described as a manual, and it should be a wheelie. Fuck you. A manual is when you do it on a skateboard. A wheelie is when you do it on a bike. Come on.
They use the same they use this. They don't differentiate based on. I don't know.
They don't really differentiate based on the mode of transportation being used.
Yeah.
All right, so I have to get 5 million in a single combo to recruit the Eclipse girl, basically the tarot card freak.
I think this is looking real fun. I'm gonna go back to playing Neon White though if I can, unless I'm feeling too easy. But have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Good night. Oh.
How you doing, AV?
All right. I'm listening. No, I don't have to listen to Boogie in Your Butt anymore because Boogie in Your Butt now lives in my heart.
Fully mastered the boogie butt.
Exactly. You know, I put a little can in my butt. Put a little tiny man in my butt. I can do all this. You wanna know something? If I have to, I can put it in your butt too.
I don't feel like
I'll let you know if that's necessary.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's for me. But you know what? I'm happy for you.
It's worth noting that recruiting this person, the requirements are
Oh yeah, the
infinitely harder than anything that else you'd be doing in this area.
God, and I'm having 108 stars of fucking Suikoden.
Sounds enough to me.
Now see, when are they going to provide
I dropped my
that
combo. May
franchise
as well
with,
just
like,
stop.
dance party?
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, like when it comes to
Because
these,
like it doesn't look like it requires it to be in one combo, but like,
it really does. Like
in terms of like it doesn't say it needs to be in one combo. It's that
it doesn't
the
say
amount
that
of time
it needs
you
to be-
have.
But the amount of time you have and the amount of points you need it's just not happening unless you do it all in one shot.
Yeah,
Like there's
nothing
no way I'm
even
making the
approaching.
multiplier high enough. Like now, I should just leave the
Nothing
area
even
and re-enter.
approaching this level of difficulty even exists within the game.
within the main game. Yeah,
within the
it's
main story of
This
the
is
game.
post-game
yeah.
shit. So it's appropriate here. Like
Yeah,
Post game.
but when you go here in the main game, this would literally be the next area you go to.
yeah,
This is like level 2.
yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
it really is. All right, here we go. Yeah. This is very much a super optional character. Oh, it just dumps me back in. I don't see an option to like
To quit the
to
challenge.
quit the challenge. So I'm just gonna fuck around and see if I can find any secrets in the time I have. These extremely long 99 seconds before before the hot girl tells me that I ain't shit.
You're like, sub 4 million. Come on, man.
I'm not even 1 million. Drop my combo way early.
You are not even a skillionaire.
Looks like I can't can't even start a dance circle when I'm in the
You are
challenge.
jammed to this challenge.
This challenge refuses
There isn't
to
just like a
release me.
restart challenge. That seems like it'd be a reasonable thing.
Yeah, no.
Like,
you know,
hopefully they'll patch that in, but it's not in there now.
no, it's not in there now. So, you know, and in a way, it's appropriate. You made your bed, now you gotta lie in it.
I feel like that's my number one complaint in games where they have challenges, because there are so many games where you get to the difficult challenges that you can basically fail in the first 5 seconds of like a 3-minute challenge.
They
And you just
sort of
know,
having to
like, why are
dick
you even
around.
trying?
It's okay, I drowned.
BMX flies over the ocean.
Great lord.
My BMX flies over the sea.
Damn, she roasted me. Alright, I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna do it this time. I said.
This time, in it to win it.
What would really be
said
awful
failing
is
like-
if I managed to do the entire thing and somehow still like if I don't drop my combo the entire time and still fail. That would be just grim.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta use those boosts.
I mean, I already
moves a
missed
lot,
one
but
of
that's
my-
about it.
I already missed one multiplier. I pulled in the wrong direction.
You can always go back over the ones
Yeah,
that you
but like,
missed.
you know,
It's just time consuming.
yeah, it's time consuming and time is a luxury on this.
Time extended.
Okay, we're off to.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention at the beginning. Is there an explanation for the name?
What name?
They're the Bomb Rush crew,
The Bomb Rush Cube.
and it's the Cyberpunk world, but funky, so Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Okay, like if you
Well,
want,
okay.
like if you want slightly more explanation than that, bombing is actually a graffiti term, which means to basically hit a spot or like tag a spot that's like really difficult to reach.
Gotcha.
See, also a heaven spot.
Yeah.
Alright, former rap is here.
Oh yeah, tell me if it's good.
I mean, I've had it before. If it's not good,
If
that
it's
would be
good,
a...
you motherfucker.
I was gonna say, this individual one could be bad. You don't know.
I have had that happen. It sucks when it happens.
be tragic.
Oh, to continue our BoJack Horseman podcast, I will point out the
Back
fact
in the
that
90s.
in the latest Mortal Kombat game, Johnny Cage lives at like some modified version of the BoJack house.
It's a nightmare.
Why would they do that to poor Johnny Cage? I just want Johnny Cage to be happy.
Now I'm imagining the BoJack opening with Johnny Cage in it.
Oh god.
I mean, that does sound incredible. Yes.
I assume that like fucking Sonya is looking down on him in the pool.
Oh yeah. Back in the 90s, I was in a very gory video game.
Why is that so funny to me?
John
Johnny
Carlson.
Cage. Oh yeah, I'm Johnny Cage.
Don't act like you don't know.
Don't act like you're ashamed.
And just like shot after shot of him, like uppercutting the heads off of guys, like getting progressively worse at it until he's like flabby and clearly hungover, and he just like completely whiffs, falls over.
Just starts uppercutting shoulders off of people.
The fuck, I dropped it! Ah, I was doing so well, too. God.
Having to go for like 3 solid minutes is gonna... They're closer to 5, I think. It's gonna fuck anyone up.
Yeah, but like, you know, I've been playing this game, like, basically every time I've wanted to play a video game lately.
Noted video game.
Noted video game.
The newest Tears of the Kingdom.
Newest Tears of the Kingdom, or worse, newest Smash Bros. For me.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know, right? What the fuck? Yeah, alright. So it's not happening this time. But I got way closer. I mean, 2 million. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Just, you know, nowhere near where I need to be.
I was about to say, I assume you just basically have to get as much multiplication going as possible.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Like
I said,
They use the multiplier system. They use the fact that, like... Sorry, you go ahead, Pete.
oh no, you were about to say what I was going to say anyway, so you go right ahead. I'll pitch it.
Yeah, like the way that the multiplier system works is that, like, the individual tricks aren't what gets you a multiplier. It's, like, hitting those... turning with a grind rail.
Yeah, it's location-based more than anything else.
It's designed to force you to do lines, since there's no way to lose balance. So you have to actually use the whole level. But if you've used one, like once a part of the grind has been marked in a combo, you don't get points for. You don't get a multiplier for it again.
Yeah,
while you're still in that combo.
It incentivizes not returning to places you've already been. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna make it happen.
Oh, you're using a different. You're using a bike.
Yeah.
And a different character.
Alright, well, the fries at least are good, along with this garlic dip that is very garlicky.
What about the rest?
I'm about to take a bite right now.
Are you complaining
Inquiring
about there
minds
being
need
too
to
much
know.
garlic? That doesn't sound right.
No, I don't think he was complaining about the garlic.
I was not complaining about the garlic.
Good.
Callie is a good and honorable thinking human being who's not complaining about the garlic.
Former rap is good.
Hooray!
It has been judged well.
I wish I was eating a shawarma wrap.
Can't you make one come to you?
The saddest shawarma wrap I ever had. we were at Disneyland for one of my nephew's birthdays. I forget which one. they're both
Noted
very
nephew.
young.
Noted nephew.
So
Was it Huey, Dewey, or Louie?
there's only two of them.
It's actually Bubba.
So we were like, oh, well, we didn't really like plan dinner. Maybe we should just get some food and then go to our respective homes or whatever. And we were at, I forget if we were in Disneyland or the other one, California Adventure. But because
bad Disneyland.
Other Disneyland.
because Disney owns Marvel, then we're in Marvel World or whatever the fuck. And because they ate shawarma at the Avengers, there were a couple shawarma carts.
Of course there were.
In Disneyland, but they were not particularly good.
That's almost
That
criminal.
doesn't surprise me too much.
Was the shawarma called like Ingredients Assemble or something like that?
I'm sure it was. Something like that. Just something
Actually, I don't
absolutely
Fucking shawarma,
disgusting.
Jesus.
Go.
Track in 7 successful television.
Oh, Jack the horse. Oh, Jack the horse. Act like you don't know.
What was the one modified version that talked about his like terrible television?
That
Oh, yeah,
was back in
he was
07. Back in
Wait.
07, I was in a not successful TV show. Let's see, I want to get the full lyrics because I actually kind of like that variation a lot. What the hell was I thinking, bro? When you're an artist, yeah, it's hard to play it safe. That show stumbled hard right out the starting gate. I wonder if I'm
Fuck,
ever gonna get another
dropped it
chance.
again. My God.
Maybe a listicle at best. Yeah, I'm not a horse, I'm an ass.
Yeah, that was the best, the punchline to it. I'm not a horse.
All right, I know when I'm beat. I know when I'm defeated.
Accept it, man.
Yeah, no, I gotta accept it. This is a
You'll
very
come
developed-
back to it later when you're
I was
more
like, you're
powerful.
There's a
Always beat.
there's one
Yeah.
that like instead of requiring 5 million requires 3 million. So let's go do that
That's
one.
an achievable number.
I mean, I got 2 million in the last attempt.
Let's go. My Hades stream on Saturday was
Yeah,
2
I'm really
hours of
sorry I
straight
missed that,
failure.
man.
No worries.
How'd you wind up making out?
I died 6 times in a row.
That's pretty typical for Hades, to be fair.
But at any point did you live?
I wish that I
I
was
guess
not
in-
like medically
Like elementally
incapable
weak
of enjoying
to-
action roguelikes. Because that would be nice. Like, you know, action roguelikes seem a lot of fun. Like, I already really want to play Mullet Mad Jack, but I know that I will end up where I will be having something resembling fun.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. See,
Well,
that's...
you're gonna burn yourself on that pyre, that mulleted pyre.
I mean, like, it looks so fucking cool. But, like, I also played, like, if you go into my fucking Steam profile and see the number of hours I spent on fucking Cryptid and Necrodancer, it's measured in months.
Yeah, it's really terrifying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not...
maybe
I'm reminded
for the
of that
good of
ti-
your family.
That's
I'm
not
reminded
something...
of that time.
I'm a married man now. It's not something I can just do.
I'm reminded of that
Well, you
time
can,
that
just
I
before-
had to work
spoil it.
out how to.
We're trying to
reminded of
be
that
like...
time
Like, the goal is by this time next year to be a father, one way or another. So, like, I can't do that shit. It's not... It's no longer an option.
You'll be a father of many trophies and achievements.
Hey, what's up?
Doesn't fucking count.
My
Let's see, versus
my
Mel.
sister let my nephew play with a Switch for the first time at the about to turn 5. This seems like a good age.
Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's acceptable.
And he hasn't put it down since.
I'm glad to see that an indie game that I remember seeing displays for at PAX like 6 years ago is still seems to be intending to come out.
That's
And that
kind
indie
of
game.
impressive.
And that indie game is Dad by the Sword.
Yeah, I dropped the season one ending scene.
I remember.
Which-
Oh god.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say I'll always. You can tell when this game was announced based on what it says on the fucking website.
What's that?
Which meme is it referencing?
Dead by the. Yeah, like randomly generated dungeons, new battles every time you play. Try it. Dad altars to gain powerful character modifying dad perks, aka Dirks. Find dad accessories, new wondrous new abilities. pretend I said it's Dark Souls meets Heavy Rain meets Octodad.
There you go.
There you
Character
go.
creation, groundbreaking 100% infallible IRL paternity test. It's Dark Messiah meets Skyward Sword meets Your Dad meets Spelunky. So it's one of those things where it's like you can tell when this was conceived by virtue of what jokes
Dark
that they're
Messiah.
making. Dark Messiah of Might and Magic was not relevant even when they first brought it up. But
Okay, good. I'm just saying.
I don't think Dark Messiah of Might
Dark
and
Messiah
Magic
of Might
was
and Magic.
ever relevant, other than like a
that's
Smiler's,
kind of own though.
other than Smiler's playthrough where like everything is just the boot.
Yeah, you can do the boot in Dead by the Sword from what they've shown. So I kind of want it.
I mean, that's awesome because like that's the best part of Dark Messiah. Okay, come on, gotta get going somehow. Okay, here we go. Good enough.
Maybe we can order in this Deformer wraps.
That'd be a good time.
Not talk in close proximity for like the next half day because of this garlic.
Listen, I'll bring spare mouthwash. I'll drink that.
I'll bring spare mouthwash.
Extra strength.
Not something that can be found in the wild. You have to bring your own special blend.
Yeah, if you eat a garlic sauce or a garlic dip and you're not afraid about if people will be able to tell, then they're doing it wrong.
It's like I want so much garlic in this. When I take a bite, it burns my gums.
I do have to say, the one garlic dip, because every once in a while I have it, thanks to like it being 1 a.m. and nothing else being open. But like Domino's produces a garlic dip that is the most. I think tepid would be the most appropriate way to describe it. But it is something that you could kiss your mother with that mouth afterwards.
Like the homeopathy of garlic dips or something.
Yeah, exactly. Garlic contains memory.
Trace elements.
Man, watching the Who Was in My Room Last Night video without Beavis and Butthead providing commentary is kind of it's lacking something.
Yeah, it's missing something, you know?
Exactly. One would call himself Butthole. The other one was named Joe. I believe they were Oriental.
The police just accept that, of course.
I mean, they're cops. What do you expect?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
cops. Butthole and Joe. Certainly.
I'm still a huge fan of the segment I saw from the new one, where they fucking are trying to get into their own house,
Fuck.
can't find a key, trick Tom Anderson into fucking ripping the front of their house off with a chain. And
Well, this is a wash. I dropped my combo because I fell into the pit and there's something to grind on down there. Shame.
And poor Tom Anderson is just like he gets, chased by the police. Asks if they are also looking for Buford and Bernardo. And gets assaulted by the police.
Oh god, I like the war stories he tells where you realize that Tom Anderson has always been the same person.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But it turns out Tom Anderson is not the way he is because he is an old man, but rather Tom Anderson is just an unbearable individual.
I still love that, in that one clip, it's just Beavis is just endlessly amused at the possibility of a human being named Bernardo.
Bernardo.
He's just mumbling happily, Bernardo.
Bernardo.
to himself.
Bernardo. Bernardo.
Bernardo.
There we go. All right, take two. Here we go.
He is such a Beavis's pleasures are simple, unspeakable, but simple.
Beavis is, I
No,
think,
dude.
like Beavis, I would say has an innocence that Butthead lacks.
Yeah.
Butthead's making choices. Beavis
Yeah.
is not really
Beavis is-
cognizant enough.
Beavis has never made
Morality.
a choice in his life.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's like he's got a certain he's got a certain totally nude steakhouse Andy Anderson like fatalism about him.
Scott, that's Scott Ferrazzo.
Yeah, Scott Ferrazzo. That's Scott Ferrazzo. You're right. Totally nude steakhouse Andy Anderson made his choices. Scott Ferrazzo happened.
Yeah. Also, like, Fanboy said that like Beavis was incapable of like imagining a world without Butthead's abuse. But I'm
Yeah.
not sure I agree with that because, like, when the Butthead like in that imagined spot said, "I'm gonna kick your ass," Beavis said, "Cool." I think Beavis is like more of a consummate warrior soul, who like just sees the prospect of getting his ass kicked as cool.
I love that, like, hey, it's the Butthead. We're gonna kick your ass.
It's like, I'm so glad we could get the families together.
Yeah, and like all three Butthead children immediately start beating up all three Beavis children, who offer only very vague resistance.
Token resistance.
Also, I just want to I want to say again, it feels very funny to me that because of the way that Butthead is just sort of making up his fantasy as he goes along, his children are named in the wrong order. Because he's got Butthead Jr., Threenier, and Fournier. But Butthead Fournier appears to be younger than, he appears to
I
be
think
older than
Butthead
Butthead
Fournier-
Threenier.
I think Butthead Fournier was actually like the oldest because like he was
Yeah.
going to school.
He is at the very
and
least-
the others
he is
were
at the
like in
very least-
preschool.
Yeah, he is at the very least older than Butthead Threenier.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Also, Butthead's like fantasy is like much less internally realistic because like Beavis is also unrealistic in a very strange way. But Butthead is also like, I'm a rock star and have a full head of hair and then extremely buff.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But it's like Beavis is just like, Dad, you're cool.
Dad, you're cool. Let's play with Legos together. I guess
No,
Legos
that
are
is
cool.
very much parenting like a 5-year-old boy. Though.
Yeah. I just love that Beavis having the mindset of a 5-year-old boy. It's like, oh, I guess I am, and also Legos are cool. He's really enthused at the notion of getting to play with Legos with his 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Also, in the background, you can see that there's a photo of him and the three like Beavis children, and they're all just sitting in the exact same place on the couch that they are when we're seeing them in the current fantasy.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The man of
Beavis is a
simple
man of
desires.
simple desires and simple needs. And like, I want Beavis. Like, I don't care if Butthead like
Let Beavis
is
have his
miserable,
small world.
but I want Beavis to have his tiny little world. I am upset at the idea of like that like Beavis would like be unhappy. But like, I feel like at the same time, part of the like, you know, just intrinsic nature of Beavis is that he is happy.
He does not see a problem with his
Yeah.
life as it is.
We must assume that Beavis is happy.
We have to.
He has a full belief that the only thing that's really missing from his life is scoring, and that's just around the corner.
Yep.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, there they are. There it is. There is the. I guess I am cool.
Hey, how's it going? Is always infinitely less off-putting than come to Butthead.
Come to butt. Hey, baby.
I feel like "come to Butthead" is almost the repeatable catchphrase for a certain age of teenager. Come to Butthead.
You mean us 40-year-old teenagers?
Yeah.
The 40-year-old.
We are the right age of teenager.
I do love the I do love the notion, the eternal notion that Tom Anderson knows that there's someone whose name sounds like Butthead or Butthole or Butt in some fashion, and there's someone whose name sort of sounds like Beavis, and he knows that they're two teenagers that wish him ill, or at least whose consummate disinterest will inevitably harm him. But he can't connect the notion that Beavis and Butthead could be those two boys.
All right,
Absolutely not.
So
no matter how much they
literally
whack off in his tool
did
shed.
not drop the combo at any point in that one, and I came up half.
Did it not credit you for that last?
No, I came up halfway. My total score was like 1,500,000, and they're asking for 3 million.
Lord.
So clearly,
This is for super players.
So clearly, like, I need to do some routing. I need to figure out, like, because, like, I was repeating a bunch of grinds near the end there. I need to find new grinds. I need to, like, have...
Yeah.
I need to have a
I need-
map
I need
in
newgrinds.com.
mind as I go.
New grinds.
New grinds,
Yes.
yes,
Are you trying to
exactly.
recruit a Frank?
I'm trying to recruit a Frank. I want a Frank in my crew. Why wouldn't I, want a Frank in my
I'm
crew?
disappointed you didn't get a Frank.
Like Bomb Rush is gonna go all city. Why wouldn't they want to be in your crew?
Well, they're already all city in this save.
Yeah, no, that was the joke.
Hey, what's up, man?
Let's see. I haven't shown Brink Terminal or Millennium Mall.
Oh,
Let's
Brink
go
Terminal's
Millennium
great.
Mall. Brink
Oh,
Terminal's
I love
great.
Millennium Mall. I think Millennium Mall is my favorite so far.
Oh yeah, the Millennium Mall is awesome. Every area in this game is awesome, but like one of the things I
But
really
that one's got a lot of just like places to trek.
Oh yeah, yeah. A thing this game does that like Jet Set Radio did, because it was a Dreamcast game, it did not have like an advanced lighting engine. Let's switch characters. Let's go with get the whole.
Oh, you
crew
got a bot
here.
that needs to be killed.
I have a what that needs to be killed?
A bot.
Oh, have I made
Oh,
any of you guys
bot.
mod? Let's go with final.
I'm not a mod.
I'm not logged in.
Also, these
Not a bot.
dances are so well animated. Like, holy shit.
Here's something that will make you more ready to kill this bot. It's saying to go to dogehype.com.
Fuck that guy! I'm
There.
sorry, like, what the fuck? I didn't know I could be that mad at a bot.
I'm still just thinking about like those two boys wouldn't lie about it. Not like Buford or Bernardo.
Buford and Bernardo. So good. So good.
I'm glad that Tom Anderson's wife got to continue to exist after
Yeah.
To America.
Oh god. No, I just love in Beavis and Butthead Do America he does. You know that line he has about it's like a couple of spider monkeys. It's it was just beautiful. my stepdad was reduced to like tears by his entire monologue. Like, those boys just won't stop whacking in my tool shed.
It's just that is what part the like just a hellish part of Tom Anderson's daily life.
So big. Oh. Just knowing that he has all the prudishness of Hank Hill, but none of the Coach Buzzcut agency to just go in there and kick their
To
ass
make a choice.
to make a choice.
Kick me in the Jimmy.
No, I earnestly believe that Coach Buzzcut is sublimating, is sublimating like a desire in there, but it's like he's sublimating his death drive. There's nothing sexual about Coach Buzzcut.
It's all just purely
Except in the sense
platonic,
that death.
purely
Except in the
platonic,
sense
like,
that death
desire
has
to
replaced
die.
his sex drive.
That's it. He seeks annihilation, not just death, but annihilation.
He heard once the phrase "to fall into the gentle arms of non-existence," and has never stopped thinking about it.
Exactly.
He would rather be beaten to death by the gentle arms.
This is my class. I'll do the ass kicking here. God, I love him. I love him so much.
It's not bad.
never seem to catch when you do the special trick.
The what now?
Special trick.
Oh, I'm probably just missing them because, like, as much as I love this
boost
game, that
trick.
doesn't mean I'm good at it. Oh, the boost tricks?
Yeah.
I just did one there.
What's important is it looks like you're having fun.
Yeah, boost tricks are like just, you know, this explanation. I know you know this explanation for people watching. Boost tricks, like combos go up. Your combo goes up by hitting the hard, by turning with the grind. To make the base point total go up, you use the boost tricks. Because those tend to be like a couple thousand per boost trick.
Yo, we gotta do now.
Oh no, what?
We gotta go up on our grind. We gotta grind harder than ever.
Sigma
Grind
grind
set?
set. Rob a check cashing store.
Gotta rob a check cashing store. Gotta bomb a crypto farm. Blow up a crypto farm.
I would say, to this day, my favorite, like, fucking image of all time is, wow, Anon, it's so cool, but you think I'm submissive and breedable. But if you really love me, you'd blow up a crypto farm.
Really love
read that?
Yeah, someone did.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
I have people that I can trust to do that for me. And I love them for it. Alright, let's see if I can't mix this up a little bit.
Hey, you're doing pretty good on this one.
I'm close, but am I gonna find enough, like, unique places to trick to actually make it?
I feel
I've
like if you
already
just do enough
hit.
boost tricks right now, you might.
I've already hit, like, a lot of them, but that's the thing. If I hit enough boost tricks, yeah, sure.
Yeah, boost tricks also make it so that your like manual timer restarts, which makes it good for extending those long combos.
Are boost tricks for boost kids?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
I got 46 seconds left. I might actually get, like, a new homie.
Welcome to the homie store. Home of the
Oh,
homies.
wait. Oh, I think I got it. I got it.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say we
got
had
Big
a
Man EXE.
we had a homie civil war to keep to end homie chattel slavery. So I'm enraged that there is a homie store.
It's not a homie store. He's joining me of his own free will. He was like, all right, you're cool. I would never buy a homie. All right, let's see. Where's my
Yeah,
where's
so
my new
summon your
guy?
peeps.
Here we go. .exe. My robot b-boy.
My robot b-boy.
You can move it.
What's his? Okay, he's a skateboarder. Cool.
Oh yeah, the weird like sliding properties of those floors.
Yeah.
.exe looks pretty cool.
He is pretty cool.
Mega Man.exe.
I didn't hate those games. I don't know if
They're good.
I don't know. Oh, they are good. Okay, good. Good to know.
I kind of want to. I mean, I picked up.
Legacy collections.
Yeah, the Legacy Collection, and there's a part of my brain that's almost terrified to play them because they were each. Let's see, I kind of like the original series. I got into it by the time it was Battle Network
Fucking
3.
Matan.
3 is a strong one.
Here we go.
Yeah, which
4
but
is really bad.
and 4 you have to repeat 3 times if you want to play the whole thing.
And you have no reason to do that. There's nothing to see.
See you later, fam.
You got nothing to see here.
Like, 4 is a game designed for people who are, for a child who has it in like 2003, who, like, the quality of the content matters significantly less than there being a lot of it, because they're not going to get another game for 4 months.
See, that's the thing I was going to say, is that I got into it at 3, and then I played 1 and 2 in rapid succession so that I could catch up to 3. And I just played a Battle Network game a year as they came out, or was it? Did they come out even faster than that?
They were mostly once a year.
Yeah, so I played one once a year, and I want to say, like, I would play it for a solid 2 months. Like,
If you want to get everything, there's a lot to do.
Yeah, and it would be the game in my Game Boy Advance, which meant, like, you know, it got played like I turn on my cell phone nowadays. Like, it's, you know, I was chilling out in line, so I had a few spare moments, why not?
Yeah, I would say 4 is the only one that's like a real dud. 1 is pretty simple, but... Huh?
The X games or the Battle Network games?
Battle Network. 1 is, like, kind of simple, but it's still a perfectly fine little RPG. 2 is a good refinement. 3 kind of is as much as they can do without making some wilder swings. 4 is an entire game of filler arc. I don't even know how to describe it. 'Cause, like, none of the stories matter. But the degree to which nothing is happening in 4 is wild.
There are constant tournaments. Like, everything leads to a tournament.
It is tournaments that lead to other tournaments that lead to other tournaments, and then at the end of the game you fight a meteor. And that sounds way more fun than it is.
Yeah, a meteor that can be defeated by friendship.
It sucks because you can't even say, oh, it's like nothing but the driver's license episode of DBZ, because driver's license episode
like those aren't.
Yeah, no,
that's
pretty much all
and
Dragon
also
Ball
it's a weird thing
filler
to say,
fucking
but-
rules. That's the crazy thing about Dragon Ball filler.
When they did specific filler episodes, like, or I should say, when they did like self-contained filler, it was good. Dragon Ball's filler was bad when it was trying to stretch out something that already existed.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
like you don't need like 40 episodes of Frieza, sure, but like
But
when
it's
the
just like,
fucking
here's
driving
the-
episode, hell yeah. And
Here's
like
the
in
driving
the
episode,
Super,
the Otherworld
when they like had an
tournament.
entire episode about Krillin's PTSD and Gohan like dealing with a marital crisis, that shit rules.
That whips. Or like the episode where like Gohan starts out getting chased by a T-Rex, but then later in the episode he is chasing the T-Rex and cutting bits of its body off to eat them.
Yeah, that thing's lost most of its tail by that point.
Yeah,
But what I was gonna say was, but yeah, 5 is good, and 5 is weird because it's way more dimorphic than any of the other like multi-version ones. Because like depending upon which version you pick, like the entire cast is different.
The entire cast is different, and then you wind up playing a tactics game with it.
Yeah, the tactics game is always there, but you have an entirely different set of characters for the tactics game, depending upon which version you bought, which is
And also,
super weird.
bizarrely, the following game then ties the entire plot to a character that may
It's
not
only
have
in
been
one
your
of them.
version.
Yeah,
Yes.
like they're both in both versions, but the one from the version you didn't get is only in a single scene and does nothing.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait.
Where-
So did the Mega Man Battle Network games come in pairs like Pokemon games, or?
They did.
Starting as 3.
They eventually became in 3s actually. But yeah, so but like 5 is a weirdly ambitious pair of games just by virtue of having so much different content. I think 5 is actually probably worth playing both of them, though not one after another. And then 6 is another one where there's a fair bit of content difference. There's not as much as 5, but 6 is actually a good closeout, and they knew that they were done making Battle Network games because it ends with like, and then 20 years later.
And it also, I do have to say, for a children's series, it has a... If you think about the ending of Battle Network 6, it is weirdly dark. Like, does anybody care about quote-unquote spoilers for this 20-year-old series.
For Battle Network, I don't think anybody in the world cares about spoilers for Battle Network.
Okay,
Whoa,
so
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
So what happens? What is established as of Mega Man Battle Network 1 is that at one point the human main character had a twin who died as like a baby, but since Dr. Light was involved, he was able to turn this twin into a net navi, which is like a living PDA thing that in this case is Mega Man. So Mega Man in the Mega Man Battle Network series used to be a human being who was basically converted into a net navi.
What
That
the Christ?
Absolutely sucks.
And this, I don't think it's ever established that any other single human being ever went through this conversion.
Yeah, this
So-
was done to a like baby child who was going to die.
Yeah, this was done to a baby child who was going to die. But the ultimate ending for the Mega Man Battle Network series, which happens in Mega Man Battle Network 6, they do like a 20 years later fast forward, and like the main human character has married the main human girl, and like they have
Obviously.
kids. I think it's even established.
Yeah, it's implied at the very least.
Yeah, and
I can't believe
Mega
Lan,
Man.
that's his name, had a fuck.
Lan, yes. And Mega Man EXE is still just a living PDA who is making jokes with the girl's living PDA. And it's
The
kind of
level of
like...
sentience on the PDAs is unclear.
Right, and it's kind of like he lives this immortal life watching his brother grow up.
He does at least occasionally get to jack into a robot body.
And he's
But-
like...
I think it would be like he doesn't at least get to fuck canonically.
Thankfully, we
Canonically,
don't
he
know.
fucks.
I do want to point out that, like, fucking Beat here is complaining that the child's name is Lan, but his brother's name is Hub.
That's I did not know that, and I'm upset that I know that now. I was happy of not knowing.
You learned this because the thing to restore, like, the connection between the two, since they were twins as children, is called hub.bat.
Wow.
It's literally just a batch script file that apparently fixes some slight modifications made to Mega Man when they somehow converted his soul and DNA into a net navi.
Well, because the principle is that if they hadn't cut off this part of him, then like the living human brother and the net navi would always be like psychically linked. And I
Yes.
think again, it's a children's series, but they kind of marginally acknowledge, well, that would be a living hell.
That would be bad, so we couldn't let that happen.
I got that Kill Bill drip now, in case you're looking at the video game stream.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool. For .exe.
Yeah, the robot b-boys are their names are .exe, which is the cringiest thing ever, but also I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's extremely
Hate it.
authentic to like what they're going for.
I do like the fucking Battle Network Wily eventually is like, yeah, after 6, he's like, yeah, I'm done being evil.
But first, I know
Instantly-
you said after 6, but again, I'm trying to think after sex. He's like, Doc Wiley's got the post-nut clarity, and he's like, I'm gonna give up. Give this little
I mean,
feeling
that
thing.
might, I'd say that might have happened, but he has a son as of, like, his son is one of the characters in Battle Network 5.
Yeah, I'm going to say that literally the timeline difference between the Battle Network series, where everybody's focused on the internet, and the main series, where everyone's focused on actual physical robots, is that Dr. Light and Dr. Wily got laid.
Yeah.
Because there's no evidence they got laid in the original series.
Well, sure.
But they both have progeny in Battle Network.
So you're
I
saying that was
mean,
the that
like
was the,
I would say that
That was
like
the
Mega
very
Man-
good point, yes.
I would say that Mega Man is absolutely Dr. Light's son.
Well, I mean, he is in this because he's just fucking Astro Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was reading because I think Night Rand posted it or whatever his name is. Technically the translation in the original Mega Man X instruction manual or whatever backstory was, or the explanation from Dr. Light as to why Mega Man X was sealed away.
Fine,
The
Dr.
original
Love.
translation makes reference to the fact that there was no one to carry on his work because nobody understood it. And if you really think about that, it makes a kind of sense that after Dr. Light was betrayed by Dr. Wily, he
wouldn't
never
tell anyone.
trusted. Yeah, he never trusted anyone. And as a result of the fact that he never trusted anyone, then Mega Man X got produced but then cloned incorrectly because nobody understood how he worked. And that led to the extinction of the human race.
It's
So
a
I'm
good
just
job on
saying,
not trusting
trust
people,
people.
Dr. Light.
Trust people or every human being alive will die. That is what I'm saying.
So you're saying we could have saved humanity if we just got one weird old dude laid just once.
Yes,
once.
exactly.
Just
Kinda.
once. That was all we needed.
Get him into the Beetlejuice. Get him his dry jacket.
Oh god,
He's a
god
little
damn
handy.
it. Oh. That would make me trust humanity less.
There's Wily making the eyebrows.
Oh, that sucks.
You know Wily does that after or before enduring sex.
Just constantly. Just
I hate this.
undulating. It's the only word for it.
Haven't I
Get
suffered
it-
enough?
No, I don't think you have.
That's
why you're friends with me, because I say shit like this to make your life worse.
Okay, so here's a question. Is there enough space in the Wily saucer to get laid?
No.
No,
Jesus.
absolutely not. The thing is fucking tiny, and we all know it.
Well, cramped spaces sometimes help.
Do they? Because, like, I did shit in college I'm not proud of. And I don't think it helped, per se.
That looked. The UFO does not looks uncomfortably cramped.
Yeah, like,
It looks like it
yeah.
barely fits him.
yeah, like this is a case where there's, like, enough room for, like, half of a person.
Yeah.
To quote Futurama.
You got room for a whole nother 2/3 of a person.
Alright, I gotta fucking get to sleep. I shouldn't sleep half hour ago. Good
Have a
night.
great night, Amy.
Have a good one. Dream of Wily eyebrows.
Ugh.
Don't dream of that.
Do Mega Man dream of Wily eyebrows?
One would hope not.
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Not on purpose, I would hope. Not if I have anything to say about it. I do love, like, one of my favorite dumb details in this game is that the way you lose, like, police attention is by going into a porta potty to change clothes.
Excellent thought. Yeah, you know, it's a weird thing to say, but back in the days when GTA 3 was new, like, in a manner of speaking, the whole franchise was new. I really wanted more out of the wanted system. Like, I imagined when somebody was first telling me about the GTA 3. I mean, I had played the original GTA 1 and 2, like the, you know, the old style. But when I first heard about GTA 3 and started playing it, I really wanted the wanted system to have, like, if you did really clever things, you could lose the cops. And unfortunately, it was always just, you know, oh, you took it to the one place where you got your car changed color and then you were safe or whatever. Or you just died, which is constantly what I did.
Okay, so this is cool.
But-
I didn't actually know this. Recruiting a .exe guy gives you their graffitis. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
Well, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
yeah.
What else would you want a .exe guy?
No,
with?
well, because they're awesome. Look at this motherfucker.
Graffito tags.
All right, let's go with
But yes,
the least likely member of the crew, a cab.
But yes, ducking into a porta
enormous
potty is
robot
something
arms.
that I would have appreciated back in GTA 3 days. Trying to remember who this character reminds me of. Somebody with a very similar silhouette. Who might be a robot. And possibly a giant robot.
I love that, like, while the Bomb Rush crew and like all the graffiti taggers have like little tiny sci-fi jetpacks, she has a fucking airplane engine strapped to her back.
Does it actually give you extra boost?
No, it does not. There's literally
No behavioral difference.
there's
between
no behavioral
characters.
difference between any characters. You pick them entirely based on, yeah, I think they look cool at this moment in time.
It does kind of make it harder to see where you're going with her in certain camera angles, though.
Yeah, but you know,
It's fine.
she's cool.
Yeah. She gave up on being a cop. That's the highest honor.
Yeah, she is the only good cop is a cop that quit being a cop.
Cop who grew a soul.
I do believe. Oh shit. So this is a dumb thing. Oh fuck! Did I just send it flying? Or whatever. So, camera. You can.
Boss.
First of all, camera has selfie mode all the time. So like,
Of course it does.
I could take a selfie right there, and like go to photos and see my dumbass selfie. There it is. But I don't actually like, and I haven't looked up like any like strategy guides or anything for this game. I don't want to. I want to like just fuck around by myself. But one of the things that I've noticed is that when you take a photo of one of these fucking penguins, a little chime plays, which implies to me that there's absolutely like some achievement or something that I'm like en route to getting.
Find them penguins.
Yeah. And the penguins are like ridiculously hard to find. Perfectly honest. Oh, I guess I should hit that tag too.
You probably should. It's right there.
Let's see. Ooh, I like that one. I haven't used that one in forever. That one's cool as shit. Damn. Is that the last tag? Have I gotten... I have hit... That was the last tag in Millennium Square. I've hit all of them now. Fuck yeah. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what'd you say it was? If I jump right after hitting and then spray... Well, that guy's that's a wash. We'll test it on the next video that I run to. And Brink Terminal, why not? Here's a really dumb detail, and I'm not sure if, like... Fanboy, did you pick... You've played a little bit of this game, right? Have you gotten to the end of it, or...?
Yeah, fair. No, I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, it's a very nice game. I like it very much. The final boss
Yeah,
is...
I've been avoiding finishing it because I'm certain that if I just, like, let myself play as much of it as I wanted, I would just finish it, and then I'd be sad.
It's got a pretty robust post game because, like, currently I'm
Yeah.
just fucking around the post game and I'm having a blast.
Yeah,
it's not
I'll
like-
be sad when I run out of new places to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I hope I haven't like
Well,
spoiled
Salt
anything
Meister's
too
in
hard
chat.
here.
No, that's fine. I've only seen one place that I wasn't already at. So.
Probably
do we-
Matan, the dark place.
Yeah, the
do we
dark place.
actually have no mods right now?
We do not have any mods right now.
Mods
need
are
to-
asleep. Post nonsense.
I need to fucking like set you guys as my mods because that's ridiculous. I mean,
Not
God
logged
made
in.
me a mod in his channel, so I can ban people.
And Genie too.
Yeah, you, her, and Genie. Me and Genie.
And it would have been Fanboy if he showed up on time.
Go fuck yourself. I show like I break and make and break plans in order to be here, and you give me this shit.
I believe.
Aw.
I,
Make
for
him-
one,
I
appreciate you,
could be
fanboy.
vaccinated right
And
now.
frankly, I feel like Goggle Bomb should be drawn and quartered for implying that he does not appreciate you. Fuck Goggle
Well, guess
Bomb.
what? There are no mods, so I can say whatever I want.
God damn it, he's right!
I mean, you
I'm
can
so
still
fucking
technically kick
mad!
him out of the Discord, but
I've beaten the system.
I mean, yeah, I can ban you from from the Discord, but I've only ever
But right
done that
now you're
once
skateboarding,
for
so why would
bad
you?
circumstances, and I don't want to do it again.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no, the recruiting the ACAB here is actually hilarious to me because she literally says, "Well, I'm gonna try and like it's like any piece of media made in current day, so it's like, well, I'm gonna try and reform the cops from within, right? We've all seen this like in everything.
5 minutes later, right?
In everything we've ever watched." 5 minutes later, you just go to like the place where you like had the first boss battle in the post game, and literally the entire police force is trying to beat the shit out of her.
Not surprising.
And her response is just like, "Yeah, like I tried.
That didn't work.
That didn't really work out. So okay, if I hook up with you guys and just like spray graffiti and stuff." And you're like,
I
"Yeah,
seem
sure."
to have learned.
So
I was really
like,
enjoying. Okay.
kind of the most base thing I've ever seen in the game when you come right down to it.
I was really enjoying playing FF7 Remake and like getting to a fairly early point where like you've just blown up the first reactor and you're riding home triumphant on the train, and Barrett like picks a fight with a fucking Shinra middle manager who's like
I think that happens
saying,
in
"Oh,
the
this
game itself, in the like FF7 original too. I'm not sure.
kind of not to the same extent. You don't see
I was about to say,
much
isn't
of
it like expanded on? He just kind of comments to an NPC there.
Yeah, it's not even clear what that NPC is. In the remake, it's made clear that it's a Shinra middle manager who's like very sanctimoniously saying that, "Oh, we do things peacefully to get things done," and it's just very funny to like get to play a AAA video game that even has enough guts to be like, "No, violence is the answer. Blow up the power plant."
I mean, that was something that was recounted by multiple people I know before the release of the remake, because they were like, "Do you really think Squaresoft's going to release a game where terrorists are the good guys in this climate?" And they did.
And they did.
That's actually really cool. I'm glad that happened.
Yeah,
They were-
fucking
100%. And I think that, is it the same middle manager that pops up later in an elevator scene?
yeah. You can catch him in an elevator scene, and you can catch him actually in intermission as well, where it's made clear that like he probably means well, but he's a big dipshit.
It's made clear that he's a dipshit.
I like the idea. This may come across as mealy-mouthed, and it probably is. But like, bear with me for a second here, right? I like it when video games and like the movies and like portray people as, I guess, people, just trying to get by. So like when it's implied that like random guy can in fact improve. And it's funny like if he's just a dipshit, like that's not a knock, that's not a diss. Oftentimes that means
when I say
it's really good, but
when
I
I
like it like when it's implied, oh yeah, no, he could get better.
Yeah, like when I say he's a dipshit, I mean in the sense of like he's just a dude. Like he like his bread is buttered by Shinra, so he can't fully conceive of the notion of like, oh, this actually causes a lot of people suffering. But he's like, he's shown to be like, oh, he's like a decent enough guy. He's like a nice dad or whatever. But it's one of those things where it's like he lives fully indoctrinated by a system that says Shinra is like the thing that makes this world bearable.
Yeah, no, he's on the wrong side of the fence.
Yeah. There was one moment in my first a major job after college, the one I lost in 2020 because COVID.
Yeah.
Layoffs.
Yeah.
Where a big round of layoffs had just happened. That's a cool one. I like that one. Oh shit! I just I got my wanted bar high enough to activate the turrets. It's awesome. But that boss, that vice president, I should say, said, just like while like giving the corporate bullshit like explanation for why we all were why like half the company was just gone. Just said, and I feel like that's a damning indictment of capitalism. And I was like, wait, you're saying this? You're the fucking vice president. What the hell happened here?
I mean, you can acknowledge that the system is fucked up. That is the system
Even while
that,
it benefits you.
I was gonna say, it's the system that keeps your family fed.
Yeah.
Like,
I must stress, this was a book publisher in 2019. So, they weren't doing great.
Weren't doing great even beforehand.
Nope, they were not.
for more information, visit your local bookstore.
Yeah.
Or library.
Oh, your library is probably open until, they finally manage to shut that part of the government down. But no, like, yeah, just go to your
But
local
it's also
bookstore and
super
see if
poorly
it's like,
funded.
and see if like it's a bookstore and not like a fucking like Starbucks.
It's a coffee shop that has books in it.
It's a coffee shop that has
Yeah.
books in it.
Oh, it's even worse. It's a Funko Pop store that has books in it.
Oh god, that's so much fun.
You before you are two paths. One is Funko Pop store with books in it. The other is a Gunpla store with books in it.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, you say
I'd
that
rather
the
they be Gunpla store.
you say the libraries are poorly funded, but local to me, I have two very good libraries, which I'm very thankful for. But the closest bookstore, 100%, is a BAM. If you're familiar with the franchise, and BAM is just 100% like
Wait, Books a
random
Million?
nerd crap, and we also happen to have books.
Books a Million, or
Yeah, Books a Million.
okay, yeah, I didn't know that still existed.
It does. It's by the mall, which is this weird building that used to have a lot of stores in it, but now mostly just feels like
But
a
now
mall.
does not.
Oh man, there's this mall in Cocoa. You probably
I know the mall you speak
You
of.
know the mall I speak of, Gogabah. Fanboy, you gotta like visit me sometime, and I will take you to this mall. It is incredible.
Yeah, I'm gonna trek all the way across the country to go to the mall.
Yeah. I mean, like
It's where I
I
saw
would
Mario
do
Brothers.
I would do
Nevada.
other stuff too, obviously.
You have to go to the mall.
But like while doing other stuff, I would be like, "Yo, bro, you gotta see this.
You've got to see this fucked up mall.
You gotta see this fucked up mall." It's very obviously like in its last death throes. It has a video game store that has shit going back to the Atari 2600. I shit you not, it's incredible. I have no idea how they're still open. Like,
They
or
had
if
Def
open is
Jam
even
when I was
like
there.
if open is even like the word to use. They
Operating.
still exist. They're operating. But there is also a store called Southern Heritage, and it is exactly as Nazi as you would think. It is literally the Nazi store.
Make Southern Heritage go to battle to the death with the Magic Castle of Swords. There's a Magic Castle of Swords at the mall when I was growing up. It was exactly what you said. It was mostly swords, but other things for nerds who hadn't quite worked up the courage to go to a Ren fair.
What do you mean courage to go to a Ren fair? Because like, okay,
You need to,
like
9
9 months
to
ago,
go to a Ren fair.
9 months ago, there was a fucking Ren fair like in the park near my home. It just showed up one night, and like,
Yeah.
so I went there.
Is it from
There were
nowhere?
like about 30 people.
Sure, these were time travelers.
There were about 30 people very obviously dressed up as their D&D characters because of the elf ears, you could tell. There was one dude in just like an Assassin's Creed costume, like Hollywood Assassins, like a Halloween Assassin's Creed costume, the kind that you like got at like
Yeah.
fucking Spirit of Halloween, and a
killed at the Halloween in
non-zero
February.
number of furries. Good for them.
Yeah.
And everyone else was just like, families from my neighborhood going, that's something to do on a Friday.
Yeah, when I say the courage to go to a fucking Ren Fair. I'm talking about how nerds have a particularly fraught relationship with talking to people.
Oh yeah, nerds
say
are
there's
cowardly.
With a fraught
There's a-
relationship with talking to people.
There is a
I-
level of nerd that does not like socialization.
Yeah.
I can say words.
Yeah, I like socialization, but I'm scared to talk to people. And
I
so,
get it.
like, if you said go to the fucking Ren Fair, I'd be like, man, what am I gonna do here? I'm not ready for this. I'll go to the Magic Castle of Swords.
I feel like Sci-Fi City. Remember that fucking place? Existed.
That did not exist around in me.
Oh,
I know
It
of a
was-
Circuit City, but not a sci-fi city.
it was literally just like GameStop for people ever so slightly too brave to go to GameStop. For like the non-video game things. All these guys obviously went to GameStop, but like it was like where you went to get chainmail, and like the nerd shit that like the nerds were like too
The
brave.
really boutique nerd shit.
Yeah, the boutique nerd shit. I don't think I've been back here at all. I just discovered an area that's new to me. Nothing back here though. Oh shit! No, there is something back here. New mixtape.
That's worth getting.
Welcome to Spooky Alley.
Okay, this is like a really stupid deep cut that I appreciate this game does. You guys remember that one level in Jet Set Radio, the original one? I don't know much about its future. I've not played Future extensively. I've beaten
I hope that changes one day.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, same. But you know, this is the world that I'm currently in. This is the life I've led, and I have to live with it. But there was like one level where, because you know it was a Dreamcast game, it did not have an advanced lighting engine, so it just apply like you know a all-purpose shader for when you were in like one indoor area, and then when you went outdoors, it would like switch the colors of everything to just match. I think it was also a level where like a helicopter was trying to kill you, which is awesome. Just at Radio fucking rules.
Familiar, yeah.
But like the stark way you could go outside and it would still all be like orange, burnt orange shading on everything. And then all of a sudden, like in a second, it would go, wait, you're not inside anymore, incorrect. Always stuck with me, even as a kid, who like only would barely notice, like, you know, on the beat, nuts and bolts video game shit like that. That always stuck with me. And this game does that. There's an area in like the Night City area where like it's predominantly blue, and then it suddenly switches to predominantly red when you go into this one area. And that's such a stupid deep cut, and I love it. I love it so fucking much. It just feels so good to see. And this area, for example, has very much a green tint on everything. Every like level in this
The areas
game,
are color coded.
every area in this game has like a very deliberate color coding, and I love it. The first area is very orange. This area is very green. The area in between them is very blue. The mall is like a sort of teal color. It's the sort of thing that like is extremely obvious and like probably didn't need to be done, but it gives the game so much personality, and I can't not absolutely adore it. This is a good ass video game.
Unsurprisingly, the game favors cool colors.
Oh yeah. I'm just seeing like how long I can get this dumb combo going. I'm not like doing a challenge or anything. I'm just like, hey.
You're just seeing what you can manage.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the whole point of the game.
Yeah, no, this is a big part of the game, is just sort of fucking around. Part of, I mentioned this to Fanboy when I was describing this game. Part of like what makes this game so great to me is it's a game that I just sort of want to exist in for a little while. It's not necessarily that I'm like going for any objective, so much as I just want to like, you know, run around in the game world and like vibe in it, I guess. Vibes-based
That
gameplay.
is ideal.
Yeah, and that's not something you see all the time, or at least not like all the time these days. It's most games are like, hey, here are your objectives. Go object on them. But not this one. There is a relaxing aspect to this game, and I really appreciate that. because sometimes you just wanna, sometimes you wanna just, fuck around and find out.
You just want to vibe.
Yeah, you just want to vibe. But it is almost 11, and I accomplished like some stuff on my main file and showed off the first level, so I'm good with calling it here for the evening.
Sounds reasonable.
Good idea.
But yeah, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk. I totally love it. I do hope y'all get to play it eventually, because it's really great.
I will get to play it eventually, especially since you gave it to me.
Yeah, no, that tends to
Good of
help.
you.
All right,
Thanks for that.
stream over. Peace. Bye.